Hello दोस्तों, welcome to my channel What's and Wise. I have created this video to help potential candidates in clearing the interview at global services at any Big Four. I have created this interview guide basis the feedback received from various managers across Big Fours and experiences of candidates who have qualified and cleared the interview at global services. Let's first talk about who are the most preferred candidates for global services. So a CA with articleship from a Big Four firm in the field of statutory audit would be the most preferred candidate, followed by a C rank holder or a good college graduate, then a US CPA or ACCA with good experience of audit and good knowledge of US GAAP and IFRS. Finally, a CA from a mid-sized firm with significant experience in statutory audit would be the most preferred candidates. Ease in understanding, let's talk about what would a profile of a median candidate would be. So a median candidate would be a CA, CPA or ACCA having practical experience of conducting audits and good knowledge of accounting concept, US GAAP and IFRS. And the median number of attempts for a candidate would range from 1 to 3. Now let's speak about guys who are having very lower chances of getting selected at global services at any Big Four. First candidate would be a candidate having only tax experience during his articleship, followed by a person having weak conceptual or theoretical knowledge of accounting standards, gaps, and finally, a person with a demi-articleship stand least chances of getting selected at global services. Now, till this point, what I have described is a general phenomena. Let's speak about some of the exceptions. So, a CA with articleship in a small firm but significant experience in audit, or a CA with good accounting and auditing knowledge stands a very good chance at selection at global services. Further, a CA with tax-focused profile with strong academic records such as being a rank holder or a good college graduate with strong knowledge of accounting standards and auditing practices stands a very good chance at selection at global services. When you should apply? You should apply immediately after announcement of final results, and the reason is Big Four definitely hire after exams result, and within a week these Big Fours will be flooded with the resumes, and the best opportunity is apply right after the exam results. Now let's talk about how you should apply. There are slower channels such as recruitment website, IMjobs, Naukri.com and official portals of each Big Four. However, the best and the most efficient channel will be the employee referral. If you can find your friends who can forward your CV, that's the best. Also, if you can't find, you can also send me your resumes at whatsandwise21@gmail.com with the subject GS Senior, your name. I have built up a small team of colleagues where we try to forward the resumes at all the Big Fours. Now let's speak about a more important piece, the interview rounds. Due to pandemic, the interview rounds have shrunk to 2 rounds only. First is the HR round and another one is the technical round with the manager or a senior manager. Now let's talk about each round in detail. First one is the HR round. In the HR round, HR try to find the best candidates based on the application pool that they receive. So generally, HR try to evaluate whether the candidate is suitable for the interview or not. So based on the input received from the business team, which is the seniors, directors, they will give the inputs, and based on that, HR will shortlist the candidates. So HR will first select the most preferred candidates that we talked about. Then they will interview the second most preferred candidates and select, and they will check whether those candidates are fulfilling the basic criteria or not. Now let's discuss the most important part. Technical round with the manager. The technical round comprises generally 3 sections. So one is the tell me about yourselves, followed by technical assessment and deep dive into your experiences based on your resume and other aspect of the resume. Now let's talk about each section of technical round with the manager in detail. So first one is tell me about yourself. In this, keep a script ready on what exactly you will say. Please rehearse on this prior to your interview, since it is very likely that your interviewer has read many resumes on that day and may be possible that he or she might be coming straight from the client call. So it is an opportunity for you to tell your interviewer confidently about your profile. So what interviewer is expecting from you is you tell him about your resume in a minute. Now, when you are telling about yourself, you need to elaborate on your education qualification first, starting from the most significant one to the last relevant ones. And then you can add your certification. For example, a candidate would say, "Hi, this is Himanshu Singhal. I have recently qualified as Chartered Accountant in November 20. I graduated from Hansraj College in July 17 and I completed my schooling from Pratibha School in January 2014. In addition, I have completed data analytics course in January 20. Then next, you will explain about your professional experiences. Particularly emphasize on your experience that involved application of complex accounting methodologies or significant audit findings. You can highlight on performance ratings awards during articleship. Further, you can elaborate on key sector or industries that you have focused and explain a bit on key accounting areas that you have managed. For example, a candidate would say, I have completed my articleship from EY statutory audit profile. In my articleship, I have audited companies in diversified industries such as manufacturing, IT, manpower services, FMCG and consumer durables. I have managed all major areas during audit including revenue, COGS, inventory valuation, working capital and CapEx. I have been consistently awarded highest rating by the seniors. Now let's discuss about strategy for technical assessment and deep dive into your resume. When you have explained about yourself, the next section is this technical assessment, and wherein you dive into the key projects that you have handled and areas you have managed. This is the key section that gives direction to the rest of interview session. Many a times an interviewer has already formed an opinion about you basis the resume and the name of companies and that you have managed and highlighted in the resume. So you need to select 3-4 key audits from your profile that you want to highlight to your interviewer and speak about them only. Now, how to select those key projects or audits that you will speak about in the interview? So select only those projects where you were the star of the show. For example, select a company where you implemented Ind AS or where you identify significant audit issues. Secondly, identify audit from different industries. Don't stick yourself to a single industry and highlight where you have managed diverse areas and complex areas such as revenue, inventory valuation, complex modeling or derivative accounting or complex accounting methodologies. Try highlighting any analytical procedures that you have performed. Do not blindly consider the big name as sole criteria for selection. For example, if you are auditor of a large solar power company and you strongly emphasize that you audited the revenue, it is very ineffective because everybody is aware that there is no complexity involved. It is straight only monthly bill. Even expense vouching is complex than that. So be careful in selecting the key audit experiences. Finally, do not consider areas where you were managing only a small portion of a big piece. For example, in case of a large manufacturing company's inventory audit, which is supposedly complex, you are managing the reconciliation of physical records with the books of accounts, then that kills the very spirit of the big name. So be careful in that. Now, we will discuss how you will articulate your experience when you have selected the projects that you will be speaking about. First step is that you know about the company that you have audited. So you need to you need to understand and revise what was the business of the company, what were the key accounting or auditing issues that you or your team faced during the audit, or any issues that is identified and resolved by you. What were the areas that required significant time and effort to resolve? Were there any complex accounting or audit opinion judgment involved? So this information, if you have, will give comfort to the interviewer that you were aware about the company and was active during the assignment and you are not blindly following the instruction of a senior. Now, to create an impact in explaining your experiences, you need to read about key accounting standards or gap that you have used in those particular audit or experiences. You need to identify and read about key accounting standards or audit judgment that you have used in your key experiences. Some accounting standards are common across industries. However, application of some accounting standards vary from company to company. For example, in a manufacturing company, key accounting standards could be Ind AS 2 for inventory audit, Ind AS 16 and Ind AS 23 for the audit of property, plant and equipment, and Ind AS 19 for employee benefits. You need to think through about the company that you have performed audit on. Now, other than your experiences, you should additionally read about accounting standards and gaps to explain in your interview. So you should read about recent amendments in accounting standards or gaps. For example, two accounting standards that are widely discussed are Ind AS 115 for revenue recognition and Ind AS 116 for leases, because these are recent standards, so everybody is expecting you to know about them. Further, you should read about the global gaps since you are applying in global services. So read basic comparison between US, UK, Indian gap to gain basic understanding of key deviations. Also read about recent changes in IFRS and US gaps. For instance, AS 606 for revenue recognition and ASC 842 for leases are widely discussed. To sum this up, let's see what an ideal candidate would say. For each experience, a candidate would say like this: I have managed audit of FY20 of XY company, a service organization which deals in XY services. I managed ABC areas in the audit. During the engagement, key issues identified by us include X, Y, and Z, but these issues are typical of the industry and we mitigated the issues by performing ABC additional procedures. During this engagement in area XY, I performed A, B, and C additional procedures. In this audit, I implemented changes in the criteria for revenue recognition as per Ind AS 115, which resulted in an adjustment of XX million in the books of accounts. Also, key variation between Ind AS and US GAAPs are A, B, and C. Further, there are recent amendment in ASC 606, which has changed the revenue recognition criteria from XY to YZ. Finally, let's speak about the last leg of the manager round. In this, a question is generally asked, what do you think we do? This question is asked to understand the research the candidate has done, to understand the profile and the job responsibilities. How much a reference from a director or a big shot matters? It varies from firm to firm. In a more professional practice, a director or a big shot reference can get you first level interview and that's it. The manager, senior manager are the person who will ultimately decide whether to select or not select. There is already a lot of material available on the resume building, so I'll not cover that. I'm just covering here the common mistake that I've seen and all the things that I want you to cover in your resume. Now, what you should definitely cover in your resume. First one is the education qualification, professional degrees and certifications. Then you should definitely cover name of your clients that you have managed or audited. And I tell you the reason why, because if you don't say the name of those clients, it shows that either those clients were not worth mentioning because they are small, or you are not comfortable discussing about them. Then you should highlight the areas or sectors that you have managed. And finally, you should highlight your achievements in audit. Achievements could be in the form of detection of frauds or giving out solutions. What you should avoid in your resume: detailed family background, parents, sibling details. Nobody reads that, nobody needs that. School time achievement, they are irrelevant today, don't give them. Full sentences explaining your experiences. You will get your fair chance at an interview, so just summarize here at resume, don't give detailed information. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my YouTube channel.